Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's Josh over here at American AF Dumpsters. Woo, that's a rough ride. I am coming to you today. Today is Tuesday, February 22nd. I'm going to do I think I've had the Hino for more than 3 months, but I'm going to go ahead and do a 3-month review on this Hino and kind of tell you what I love, what I hate about it, what could be improved on, what I'm looking for in my next truck, swap loader, all that put together. But first, let's go ahead and pick up this dumpster real quick here at the Murphy gas station. Murphy gas station called me and wanted 2 dumpsters for the weekend at 2 different gas stations. They're doing some construction, so while I wait for this red light, let's go ahead and roll that intro. Alright, so Hino 2012. Again, I get a lot of phone calls from people asking where did I buy the truck at. If you don't follow my videos, don't call me. Follow the videos. You'll find out where I bought it from. But I'll answer you now anyways. Where I bought it from, remember guys, I started going to Keystone. Keystone got me all new dumpsters for my roll-off package. And I decided, you know what, Keystone had a truck for sale, and it was this truck right here. So Keystone had a truck for sale. Mind you, Keystone is not like a dealer or anything. I think they are now a dealer, but they don't sell trucks on a regular basis. But they know, or Ram knew, that I was in the market to get a new truck. And sure enough, he told me he had a truck for sale when I was picking up my dumpsters, and yeah, we made a deal. Fast forward now a few months later, I have been driving it. I absolutely love the Hooklift system compared to a Lone Star or any kind of trailer. I got to the point, don't get me wrong, where I could back up that Lone Star just about anywhere, even in some real tight alleys if I could leave it at an angle or something like that. But it took a lot of work if it was really tight spots, and so the Hino is just night and day. I mean, I have a dedicated truck for my dumpsters. I don't use my truck, my pickup truck. I don't rack. I mean, I've got 50, almost 60,000 miles on it already. Mind you, it took me. I needed brakes the other day. Let's talk about brakes and our supply chain shortage all over the country. I needed brakes, and I couldn't find brakes anywhere. I called every single parts store, every single dealer, and it's a 2500 Dodge Ram. Should have been that difficult, and sure enough, I could not find brakes to save myself. So I literally started writing on the metal almost because I was taking so long finding these brakes. And I finally got some from Rock Auto, which was awesome. I was able to get them at Rock Auto. Anyways, and I bought them for like 120 bucks for some really heavy duty ones. Anyways, I'm rolling up red. So there's the dumpster right in the front. They literally wanted it as close as possible to the front door. Listen to the seat. Let's talk about this seat here in a minute, but this seat is definitely squeaky. So it looks like my chain, literally the only thing I have to get out of my truck for is the closed, make sure the customers close the door properly. Looks like my chain is unhooked. So I'm gonna get out here real quick and I am going to hook up my chain. It's a little cold out here today. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the hook lift. Try to move these cars out of the way, so we can hook up this dumpster real quick. See Okay, the only thing I gotta get out for is make sure that this chain is hooked up. Hooked up the way I like it. Let's go ahead and run this chain through. Not hard to do with one hand, but do it here. Get my hands all dirty. Here's this clean over here. Block off. Because I'll tell you what, people get mad over here. They don't give you a chance to pick these up. So, let's see what we got. Just a bunch of boxes. It's gonna be light. It's gonna be really light. As you can see, I get in the truck and I can move it a little bit faster if I feather the gas pedal. All right, so let's talk about the good. You saw it was as simple as that, picking it up. I didn't even really have to get out. Obviously, this time I got out and I had to do a couple extras, putting the cones up because people at the gas station won't even give you the time of day. But the goods, you don't have to get out. I mean, if there's really bad weather, I mean, you definitely get out and you make sure the door is locked so you don't, lift the dumpster up and damage your door or have the door swing out and hit somebody or something. And but other than that, you get back in and you do everything from the cab of your vehicle. That's why it's very hard for me to record sometimes, because there's not much for me to record when I'm sitting in my truck. That's one of the best things. Second thing is the short wheelbase. I am able to drop a can off pretty much anywhere that a car fits. I could drop it off in a very tight alley. I could drop it off on the ground. I mean, it doesn't matter. I haven't had an issue yet where I haven't been able to drop a can off, unless the customer's like, extremely ridiculous and they want it parked somewhere the dumpster itself won't fit. But the truck, the height may be an issue some places if they needed to go under awnings or really tight driveways with like low hanging trees. But other than that, yeah, no problems backing in somewhere and dropping off a can. Again, positives. I got an awesome tarp. I've got plenty of power. I've got big tires that I don't have to worry about for the most part. Getting a nail in every single day. That's all positives. The PTO system, when I don't leave it on and I don't burn it out, positive. It's awesome. Works great. More than enough power. The swap loader, again, more than enough power. Very hard to feel a heavy weight. And the engine, like I said, it runs great. Negatives. Let's talk about negatives. This squeaky chair is one of them. I cannot, for the life of me, find where it's squeaking from. And I know it's obviously coming from the spring. I have wasted all kinds of WD-40, sprayed entire bottles down there to see if it's going to get it. It's like enclosed, so I can't access, I guess, some of the parts wherever it's squeaking from. It drives me nuts. The suspension. Let's talk about that. There absolutely is no suspension. I mean, there is. It's just when there's no can on the back, when there's no weight, this air chair literally will launch me into the air to the point where I'm probably almost hitting the ceiling sometimes. And I'm not exaggerating. I have been launched from this chair before. The bump doesn't even have to be that big. It's just some kind of bump in there. I'm empty. I'm being tossed around like a beanbag, and I'm not a small guy to be tossed around. Other negatives. Let's talk about the power. The power is good. I have a ton of torque. I do believe there's a governor on this vehicle that caps me out at about 70, which is fine. But going up hills, I do struggle. It does struggle a little bit. I think that it's got an economy mode and a power mode. I leave it on economy most of the time, but I do have to switch it over when I go up hills. It just kind of does higher RPMs, and it pushes you up there. There is a definite lack of like a turbocharger or something on this truck. It feels like where it takes me a while to get up to speed. I hope you guys don't hear that squeaking that much, but it's squeaking nonstop and it drives me nuts. But yeah, that power, sometimes getting up to some big hills is a struggle. Never had an issue at the landfill, which is good. Again, low speed, high torque, I'm good to go. Other negatives are, because of its age, obviously, there's, it's a little worn out. There's some things in it that, the windshield washer fluid or the windshield washers on the wipers don't work. It takes a very long time to warm up. So when I am turning it on in the mornings, it's got the loud buzzer because it says it's got low coolant, but it doesn't. I've had a mechanic check it several times. He thinks it's maybe the low coolant or the coolant sensor. What else? I've had a half of a bucket stuck under my truck for several weeks now between my axle and I believe between like a tension bar or something down there. I had to cut off the bucket thinking I could easily take the other half off, and it's jammed in there. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that out, but that's not the truck's fault. The tarp, I messed up the tarp arm. I had the tarp out and I was at the landfill, opened the rear door, chained the door, didn't realize that the tarp arm was still out, and then I tried to lift it to dump it, and I bent up my passenger side tarp arm pretty bad. Got to get that fixed. Kind of a design flaw, also my fault as well. So a lot of issues could be avoided if I just paid more attention. The passenger seat is very uncomfortable. Not that I ride in the passenger seat, but that's what everybody tells me. And lack of storage. I've got a very massive lack of storage. When I first got this, I had talked about putting some storage bins on the side. I have not done that yet. That's on me again. But there is definitely a lack of storage. I have nothing behind my seats. I even, I've got a 6-foot bar that I love, that I use all the time. At least I use them all the time with my roll-offs. Not so much with a Hino, but I like having it just in case because it comes in very handy. But it hardly fits back here because there's literally no room behind my seats and the back wall. So that's really all it. I mean, I can't complain. The truck is a solid truck. It runs great. I'm going up a pretty big hill right now, and I'm sitting at 65, 68 miles an hour on economy mode. It would be nicer to have something newer and a little more comfortable, a little more of luxury versus straight workhorse. But I'm okay. I like this truck for now. This truck will be my truck. So now I'm going down. I'm hitting about 60. I'm gonna have to hit the power mode. Going about 55. Kind of like when semi trucks slowing down when they go up big hills. That's what I do. So I just flip this power switch on. You can hear the RPMs kicking a little bit higher, and I'm going back up to about 60. But I've got the gas pedal all the way down. So I have really no negatives about the swap loader. The hydraulic tank does seem to leak, and I've got nasty hydraulic fluid all over the time. I got to clean off the tank. I'm at the top of the hill now, and I'm putting the economy mode back on. The swap loader works great. I do have one issue with it right now where The slide coming back in on the remote control does not work sometimes. So I have to reach out and pull the manual handle. Not sure what that is, if that's an issue with the button on the remote itself. Maybe a wire for the wireless remote, I'm not sure. But I've got some dumpsters on order that I'm going to be picking up in the first couple weeks of March. And when I drive over there to Keystone to pick them up, I'm going to have them check out that wireless remote, see what's going on with that winch. Other than that, issues I've had zero issues with the swap loader. I have yet to grease it up, so I will be grabbing the grease gun in the next week or so and doing a maintenance day on the swap loader, greasing all the grease points it has. So other than that, guys, let's get to the landfill and dump this one out. All right, so I'm at the landfill. Just so y'all know, figured it would be light. 920 pounds, cost me $36.88, so half ton, less than a half ton. You know what I mean about bouncy? Going 14 miles an hour. Less than a half of a ton, but they do have that 1 ton minimum here, so $36.88 is their minimum here at the outdoor landfill. Gotta watch out. Guys, if you're in the market and you're looking, a Hooklift truck is going to get you a lot more in and out of places a lot quicker. Can you do it with a trailer? Absolutely you can. I do love my trailers. I did love my dump trailers. Lone Star, I had a love-hate relationship with it. You know, PJs I would definitely do, Nedlands I would definitely do, but for the most part, you know, now that I have a Hooklift, I don't think I'd ever go back to a trailer again. It was definitely a good investment in my book. So think about it. If y'all can save up enough or, you know, make enough money. Again, only problem is I don't have a backup. But I didn't have a backup in my Lone Star either. So, I mean, I had to know somebody who had a Lone Star trailer. Not even just a regular roll-off trailer. It had to be a Lone Star specific or a PJ or a Max D. Other than that, nobody else can carry the Lone Star cans. Now, pretty much anybody with a Hooklift, it's got to be 54 inch because I got the 54 inch Hooklift. I could call. How many of those guys are out there? I don't know. I'd love to get a Hooklift trailer to have as a backup. Not an everyday thing, but definitely something I can have on my other truck in case this one goes down. But maybe later on down the road a little bit. We'll see. So not too long of a wait here today at the landfill to pay. We'll see if there's any line up here when it's time to dump. Usually with the bigger trucks out here, which I like too, they separate the bigger trucks from the pickup trucks and the roll-offs. So seems to be a lot more roll-offs and dump trailers than there are the big trucks. So the big guys are in and out pretty damn quick, and the dump truck guys or the dump trailer guys, those guys are in and out quick too. Don't get me wrong, but it's also the same section where they put the hand unloads too, and the U-Hauls and all that stuff, and those guys take forever. So I'd much rather go with the big trucks. A lot less breakdowns, a lot less guys having to like run jumper cables from the truck battery to the trailer battery and all that stuff. So we'll see what the line's like up here. So last time I was here, they had the pickup trucks on the left, and they had the big trucks going all the way up to the top of the hill. Don't know if they're doing that today. Every day I come, there's something different out here. And all them birds. Look at all them chickens. Yep, he just told me to go and follow the big guys. Love it. Those guys got reverse lights on. This squeaking has got to stop. Drives me nuts. Oh, shit, there's a lot of trucks though. God dog, so much for the trucks being quicker today. What the hell? Let's see here. It's 12:06 right now. We'll see how long it takes me to get up there. Damn. Well, it is now 12:32. Been here almost 30 minutes waiting to dump. I am next in line. He's only doing 4 at a time, which is the reason why it's going so damn slow. And there's all that space over there. I don't know, I guess they're not dumping over there. They only wanted people over here. So 4 at a time. This is what's taking so long. Look at all those chickens. Like my son says, it don't matter if they're birds, dogs, people. Look at all those chickens. He pulls out and I can go. Only 4 at a time. Terrible. Big bumps, big bumps, big bumps. I guess I went to the wrong spot. Stuck. We are picking up the other dumpster, and as I said earlier, some of these cars don't even want to move for me, so I'm kind of crooked, but I'm gonna pick this one up either way. That's the beauty about the hook lift and the truck. I don't have to be lined up straight. Right now I'm at a pretty bad angle. I'm gonna hook it up, I'm gonna pull it forward, I'm gonna pull it nice and straight within a matter of a couple minutes. Hooked, got it up in the air a little bit, moving it straight. Well, we are off. I had to fix the tarp a little bit. Didn't want to get on. So that's it. About 3 minutes in and out. We're gone. All right. So in conclusion, to wrap up this video, again, be honest with you, I give the Hino truck a 8 out of 10 as far as being a used vehicle, with the understanding that obviously it is a used vehicle. It's not going to be perfect. And I give the Hooklift itself definitely a 10 out of 10. I love how heavy duty it is, and it's just dependable. It always works when I need it to. So far so good. I'm loving the truck, and definitely a 10 out of 10 in comparison to having a roll-off trailer. So again, not knocking the roll-off trailers or whatsoever, but you know, it just works for me. So anyways, guys, make sure you guys give me a like, subscribe, smash that notification bell so you're notified when I release new videos. Make sure you visit the links below, or don't forget, ton of questions all the time about insurance. Every week, a weekly question about insurance. I have discontinued my insurance with Progressive. I now have State Auto. I don't know, I'll put the link below. And then for my general liability, I am working with Next. So make sure you get a quote below. If you're looking for a general liability, very, very inexpensive, but it's peace of mind, and it covers you 100% in case you damage anything or anybody gets injured. Obviously, it does not cover your truck or your trailer or your dumpsters while your vehicle is moving, but it will cover your business and will cover you in case you get sued for anything. So $1 million policy, very inexpensive, very affordable. Check below yourself, do a quote. It's free. Do a free demo with DRS and Docket. Love those guys. So we will see you guys on the next one.